This next young man is the valedictorian of our school, the #1 student. Now, he has passed 10 New York State Regents exams. This is the most in the history of UPrep.
I just wanted to inform y'all that I am also the first African-American valedictorian of UPrep.
Get on the mic! Get on the mic! We can't hear him.
Okay, finally, most important and most impressive, to our seniors.
Welcome back to Ride With Us. Today we have in the car Jaisaan Lovett.
Now this young man was the very first valedictorian of his school, his entire school. In history, period. The very first African-American valedictorian, and he was not given the opportunity to say his valedictorian speech.
How do you say it?
Valedictorian? I got that valedictorian. I'm about to give her that valedictorian.
Fellas, young men get in the car.
Mr. Jaisaan. What's going on, dog?
Jaisaan.
Yo, all right, first off, where your parents get this name from? You know what I mean? It's either
Jason,
it's Jason, man.
or Jason.
He tried to switch it up a little bit.
Try to be a little croissant.
Jason. Put a little croissant on it.
Jason.
Jason.
I ain't no regular person, so I ain't got no regular.
Oh, now you're not regular. Oh, man. My brother get on BT one time, and you're not a regular person. All right, here we go. Yo, you changed already. It's only been 2 days. So do you keep your brother everywhere you go? Like, are y'all like...
Safari?
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. That's my brother, man. We don't know each other since 7th grade. You know,
But you're not real brothers.
Nah, not my blood.
So y'all did like the old school, like cut
Yeah.
yourself and like, cause y'all handshake
It's like-
you know, is that where it came from?
Handshake.
Oh.
Oh, y'all
Oh,
gang banging,
okay.
boy. Yeah. Ours better.
That joke's way better. That joke's way
Way
better.
more life than ours.
What are the events that actually led up to it?
So, what happened was, on the day of graduation, that's when I found out that I wouldn't be allowed to give the speech. It happened the day of. I was there, capping out and all that, speech in hand, and I was told no, you can't perform the speech. Nobody wanted to see it or look at it, just no. So once I found that out, I mean, my mom's still out there in the car, my dad's out there. I'm still gonna go out to graduation and walk the stage, but I was mad, and I started getting in one of those modes where I wanted to go back and forth and I wanted to fight it.
They didn't tell you that you weren't going to do the speech until the day of the graduation?
They actually never mentioned the speech to me at all before graduation. I never got approached about it. I never got asked. Well, it's mandatory for a valedictorian to give the speech, so they never asked me, said anything, they never offered me any help. I never received no type of communication about a valedictorian speech at all, which gave me the message that they didn't want me to do it.
Did you ask?
Did I ask anybody?
Yeah.
Did I ask somebody?
You didn't inquire like, yo, I know I'm valedictorian. What are we doing?
I spoke to somebody about it because they came to me. An administrator came to me and told me that he wanted to do. It was his idea that he wanted to do a documentary about me for graduation instead of a speech, in replacement of a speech, because I was the first African American valedictorian. I'm a social person. I got a lot of friends in school, a lot of people like me. So he wanted to do a documentary, and I agreed with him. I wrote down ideas. We sat there and brainstormed about all of that. But after that day, after we talked about it, I never heard about it again, and never heard about his speech either. So it's like I didn't. As far as graduation and me doing something, I never heard anything. So I felt like they didn't want me to give one. For a period of time, I didn't want to give one either. Before, like, maybe a month or so before graduation, I was in a mood where I was like, I don't even want to talk. They don't mess with me. I don't mess with them. But then I changed my mind. I wrote my speech.
What made you change your mind?
Okay, so what made me change my mind is my mother. Really, it's other people too, but my mother made me change my mind. She was talking to me one night, and I have 4 siblings, 2 older, 2 younger. And my 2 older siblings graduated. My brother was UPrep salutatorian last year. He gave a salutatorian speech. My older sister,
Jaisaan.
Yes, Jaisaan. My older sister Jonay, she gave a salutatorian speech at Franklin. And my mom told me, she was like, all my children have given speeches. I haven't gotten to hear a valedictorian speech yet. You're my first valedictorian. I want to hear you speak. Like, it was important to her. So I thought about that, and I was like, I might as well. That's why in my speech I said that this speech means a lot to people that I mean a lot to. That was purpose towards my mother and some other people that wanted to hear me speak as well. So that's what really made me change my mind. And as I thought about it, I just got more creative with it and thought of different things to put in there.
Alright, man. So right now we about to play a game called 9 and 9. We're gonna set y'all up with some car bars.
Car bars.
And you guys gotta finish the line, alright? So I was walking down the street and I seen a cat.
Nah, 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 nah. Didn't get an edge up. I need to put on a.
Now walk on the stage, I'm gonna say my speech.
Nah, 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 nah. That diploma here you can keep. Nah, 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 nah.
All the girls in here look good as hell.
Nah, 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 nah. They about to put Moon Nose straight in. Nah.
Y'all just skipped jail, huh? Send that man to hell.
Hey, listen.
Going to
Yeah, how you doing?
So when you say that you never had trouble academically, how and when did you decide to like transition with the attitude and learning how to talk to people, learning how to choose your arguments and stuff like that? At what point did you say, you know what, I'm gonna shake that off and become a better person?
I think that the point in time where I made that decision in reality was maybe earlier this year or late last year. It came a little late. I was fighting the system for a long time, but what happened was, as I got into more trouble, as trouble got more serious, and as I gained more things that I could possibly lose, I had to think about what I was doing and how it could affect me. So that's when I really had to mature, like, well, I'm getting offers from these people, or I could possibly do this, and I can't just go argue about something that don't make sense just because I disagree. Like, I gotta let some stuff go. I gotta actually pick my battles. But, you know, sometimes it's still a little hard-headed.
Man, sometimes you can't get away. Right now, you're in a position to become the voice of the youth, the voice of the young black man. Like, period. Whether you want to or not, you are in the position to be the voice that speaks to all of the youth, saying, look, I did it, you can, and here's motivation to go get it, even when they tell you you can't. Even when they tell you don't scream, here's motivation to scream louder. You see what I'm saying? What was your feeling when you were greeted at the podium?
When I was greeted at the podium?
The first greeting, once you got up to the stage, someone greeted you at the podium. What was your feeling at that point?
To be honest, I was a little nervous. I was more focused because I knew what was about to come next. I knew what action I was about to take on the stage. So I was more focused on that because I already knew that the handshakes and stuff was gonna come and the hugs and all that.
Right.
I was smiling though because I know my mom. I could picture my mom seeing me walk the stage, and in the back, all my family, I was there and friends. I knew everybody was yelling my name and stuff. So it's like I was happy, but at the same time, I was focused. I was on a mission.
What was going through your head at that time when, once you realized the audience realized that you weren't gonna speak?
Basically, I was real nervous. I was real nervous simply because, being that I didn't have a mic and that I wasn't scheduled to do that or scheduled to say what I said, I was nervous because I didn't know what was going to happen. Somebody could try to stop me. Everybody could get loud and nobody could hear what I had to say. So I was trying to get everybody to be quiet so I could get it out before something else happened.
If it was me, right? Boom. And Dash, they cut him off. Boy, I'd have took my hat off, ran up to the stage. Wow! Grab the mic. Say your speech.
That's right. Now what I had said was.
That's dope.
That's dope that you guys support each other, man. Please keep supporting each other like throughout life as we build bonds with other brothers, especially being African American. Like, we gotta hold each other up, man. We need to support each other and make sure that we got each other back.
Yeah, man. I need to hear this speech.
Hey, yeah.
We gotta see how many places we can get you to sing.
Yeah. So.
Who you talking to?
My baby mama. Baby mama. Talking to my baby mama. Standing on East Ave.
And you had to tell her.
First, I would just like to acknowledge that I am the first African American valedictorian.
The first one.
You are? And I say that not to brag, but to emphasize the importance of this. Thank you, sir. Hold hopefully there'll be many more after.
Hopefully there'll be.
And I want it to be known that this isn't impossible and it can be done.
It's not impossible.
Are you there?
Can be.
It's been a long 6 years at UPrep for me. And I say 6 because I've been at UPrep since 7th grade. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I won't take up too much of your time because I know I hate when people talk forever.
You should stop and listen to it.
So I would give my shout outs out of the way now if y'all don't mind. First, I would like to thank my mom and dad.
Thank you, Mama.
Anybody that knows my mom knows that she don't play.
Hi, Mama.
She made sure I had good grades. She always told every teacher, if it was a problem, then call me.
Call me, call
And they
me.
called her.
And
Believe
they
that.
called her.
Whenever I got in trouble at school, I got in trouble at home. And I guess looking back, I can appreciate that because it taught me that my actions have consequences. To my principal, Mr. Joseph Muno, there's a lot of things that I wanted to say to you for a very long time.
Tell him something, Joe.
Tell them something, Joe.
As a matter of fact, I wasn't going to give this speech at all.
Not at all.
But
Then I realized something. I realized that this speech is about more than just me. It means a lot to everybody that I mean a lot to. And I'm here as the UPrep 2018 valedictorian to tell you that you couldn't break me. And I'm still here strong.
Still here strong.
And after all these years at UPrep, all this anger I had towards you and UPrep as a whole, I realized that I had to let that go in order to better myself. And I forgive you for everything that I held against you. And on that note, I'm gonna let y'all enjoy this graduation and thank you for listening. Congratulations. Thank you.
All right, man. Hey, you can now turn your tassel to the other side.
You gotta turn your tassel. You just graduated. Folks, we are at the end of our ride, man. We hope you guys enjoy it. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
We gotta make y'all a part of the family.
yes, sir.
It's only right that we hit you with.
Do that one more time. Bam!
You know, with the Ride With Us shirt.
My name is Jaisaan Lovett.
My name is Tafari James.
And you are now watching Ride With Us.